Hello, and welcome to the initial broadcast of the Dubscast, the launch into the video world of the best uncensored sports website on the web, Dubsism at WordPress.com. Little homage to Bob Dylan there. If you're familiar with the blog Dubsism, I'm J-Dub, the man behind that. But if you're familiar with it, you know that Dubsism is uncensored and not afraid to get into topics that aren't necessarily warm and fuzzy, politically correct, what have you. And this initial Dubscast is not going to be an exception. The topic we're going to address today, quickly, is the issue of homosexuality in sports. And the reason why we're getting into that subject is because of a blog that was written by my partner Ryan Meehan over on our partner site, SportsBlogMovement.com. Ryan Meehan wrote an article about the soccer player Robbie Rogers, who retired last week and during his retirement came out as a gay man. And there was a lot of media hype around this. There was a lot of people who said, well, this is the moment we've been waiting for. This is the big athlete who's going to come out and say it's okay to be gay. And Meehan's point was, well, this was a coming out, but it wasn't the coming out that a lot of you would have liked, because Robbie Rogers is not the big athlete to do this. He's not going to be the sports world's Neil Armstrong of homosexual acceptance. That's not going to happen. And the main reason it's not going to happen is because nobody gives a damn who Robbie Rogers is, gay or straight. Long story short, Meehan's point is that for somebody to be the athlete that's going to make a difference when they come out is that they, A, have to be in one of the four major sports, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, and B, they have to be a star player. They have to be somebody that will draw some attention. And like it or not, he's right about that. The reason is that we live in a media-driven world, and that's important because the very same media who, for lack of a better term, runs around trumpeting tolerance and acceptance and hangs labels like homophobe on people who they don't agree with, the very same media that does that is the same media that's going to make millions of dollars by outing the sexual preference of a major athlete. And if you doubt that, think about this for a moment. Tune into ESPN SportsCenter any day of the week and look at how much ESPN has become just like the rest of the mainstream media. They love to deal in dirt. They love to do anything that will draw attention. And if they could come up with a big-time athlete who was gay, you know that it would draw attention. Now, for the sake of argument, and don't write me saying that I said so-and-so is gay, because I'm not, but for the sake of argument, let's say that Tom Brady came out as a homosexual. Guess what ESPN's going to do? They are going to stop every other coverage they're doing, and it's going to become a day-long Tom Brady is gay discussion. And we're going to have panelists, and we're going to have all kinds of rigmarole about, well, what does this mean for sexuality in America today? All the while, ESPN is generating viewership. They're generating readership on their internet presence. They're hiking their ad rates because now everybody's watching the Tom Brady is Gay channel. And these are the same people who would be profiting from somebody's sexual preference, who are the ones that telling you that, oh, you have to tolerate and accept this. Well, if everybody tolerated and accepted it, it wouldn't be a controversial topic, and therefore ESPN wouldn't be making money on it. Don't want to agree with that? Look at what happened when the state of California put Proposition 52 legalizing gay marriage, when they put that on the ballot a few years ago. Now, let's be honest. California is one of the most liberal states in this country, And all of the people who were out waving banners and holding parades and saying, oh, this is such a step forward for American society, when nobody was looking, when they were in the ballot booth, they voted against it. Okay? What does that tell you? It tells you that deep down in places nobody wants to admit, homosexuality is still not accepted by mainstream America. Sorry. If you don't like hearing that, it's a fact. You can go look it up. I mean, the majority of the voters in the most liberal state in this country said no to gay marriage. Okay? The fact that ESPN would have no problem with taking a major athlete and dragging his name through some serious muck to make a few dollars tells you that even if you disagree with me, there's no denying that homosexuality is a controversial topic. Okay? If you don't want to believe that, let's look at what a commenter on Meehan's blog said. He said, even if a star player did come out, why should they? I mean, when people like the same sex, it won't affect their game. Well, that's true. There's no denying that. But it ain't up to the player to come out. The player doesn't have an impetus to come out. He's got no reason to. He's not going to start a firestorm that's going to kill his endorsement deals and have generally a negative effect on his career. It's the media that's going to do it because they stand to make money by taking somebody's name and dragging it out. That's what's going to happen. We're months, years away from it. It's going to happen soon. The fact that all these athletes have come out after their careers as being homosexuals. I mean, the NFL had Esra Tuolo, John Amici in the NBA. I mean, even, in the 1970s, Glenn Burke retired from baseball and then said, hey, by the way, I'm a homosexual. Well, again, they weren't big star players, so it didn't ring the bell. But, I mean, if those guys existed then, you know damn good and well that they exist now. They're just not saying anything. And you also know that somebody at ESPN is peeking through their closets and will run them out the minute they can because there's money to be made from doing it. Alright, that takes care of that topic for today. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out our partner site, SportsBlogMovement.com. And be sure to stay tuned to the best uncensored website, sports website out there, Dubsism.wordpress.com. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.